for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Hot takes flying, yeah, you already know this. From the ring to the real, we talking that truth. Laughs get loud when the crew cut loose. It's a cookout, where the takes stay hot and the game stay wild. The cookout, wrestling talk with that family style. The cookout, 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 cookout. Come for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. Workhorse Wrestling Network, let's go. With ALW, Sammy and Anika. Hot topics cooking, no chaser, no filter. Fire games popping, debates get reckless. If you ready for the madness, then pull up a seat. Workhorse Wrestling Network, this is the cook.
Hello, and welcome to the show. You're gathered with us tonight for the Cookout Podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
Yes, as my fellow workhorse Sammy Joe said, we are here for the Cookout, as we are every Tuesday night on the Workhorse Wrestling Network YouTube channel. If you're new to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. Hit that like button on this video. Hit that little bell. That little bell will make sure you're notified every time we put something up on this YouTube channel. If you're with us on Twitch over there, thank you for following over there, or give us a follow over there. Thanks for chiming in or tuning in. So, as we do on every Tuesday night, often we wing it. Sometimes we have a topic, sometimes we don't. As life be life, and sometimes we don't always get it together to have a set topic. But as Sammy says,
I mean, what's really in the news? Like
everything that's
the news today was people wondering if Bayley's going to AEW. That's the news today.
Well, yeah, and that's the biggest news, right? Just in general, is where some of these bigger free agents that have left WWE are going to go. We talked a little bit about this, I think, the last Cookout too, but we can continue to ponder upon it. I mean, you know, I assume that I think it's much more likely that we see New Day in AEW sooner than we see Bayley. But we'll see. I think we could see New Day maybe as soon as All In. I don't know. I know they become their non-compete expired. I checked it out August 1st. So, or the beginning. It's an early August. Sorry. So right now, recently it's expired. So, so in theory they could come at any time. The question is, I guess they're booked for Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Booze Cruise, whatever it's called, deal in November. So that's the first.
Are we doing a stream for the 30th?
For All In?
Mm-hmm.
We could, if you want.
It's kind of the biggest show of the year, I mean.
Well, you were the one that was like, I really like to watch the shows. If we do the watch-alongs, I don't really get to watch them, so...
That's true. It's very true. I definitely feel that way. But this is also like the biggest show of the year. So I'm like
out on watch along. But yeah. No, I mean if you're up for doing it, I'm up for doing it. I'll figure out a way to do it.
Well, I mean, if you're not up to doing it, I'm happy to watch it on my own too. Like
No. I mean I like doing watch alongs. I mean I like watching it because I end up the reality is that I as much as I enjoy watching it alone, I watch it alone. It's nice to watch it with other people sometimes too, because then you get, whatever. So, yeah, no, I mean, I think we should do a watch along if we could trap for it. So, yeah.
But yeah, SummerSlam definitely happy skipping SummerSlam.
And I was talking. Anika was talking a little bit about how even the 2-night thing is wearing thin, especially when it comes to SummerSlam or the two-day events, right? Like it's one thing with WrestleMania, and even then it's a little much. But now with SummerSlam being it's just too much. So, but All In is definitely the big thing coming down the pipe. The question would be, give it a percentage. What percentage would you give New Day showing up at All In? Or showing up, I mean, All In would make the most sense. I mean, it's the biggest, like you said, it could be the biggest show of the year.
But they could do All Out. Because it's easier to keep it secret if they do All Out. And if they want to keep it secret, that's a safe move.
They could.
So,
okay, so
I'm going to say minimum 35%.
Okay, so let me change the question a little. What percentage do you give that they come to AEW? And then what show do you think they would make their appearance? Or when do you think is the best time for them to make their appearance?
I give it like a 98% chance that they debut before the month of October.
Ooh, okay.
98% chance it's before the month of October. Whether it's all in, whether it's all out, or it's one of the dynamites in between those, like it's gonna be somewhere in late August, early September, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. And who else? You think Bailey comes to AEW?
I mean, I don't know where else she'd go.
Yeah, I mean, once you tasted the big stage, I don't think they're going back, right? I mean, she's not going to, well, TNA is in shambles anyhow, so she's not going to TNA. Where else would she go? I guess she could go to
I
Star.
mean, TNA
I
and
guess she could,
AAA are in bed with WWE right now, anyways.
I mean, I guess she could go to, um, Japan and do some Stardom stuff or something, or go do whatever independence she felt like doing, but they're not going to pay her like she's been getting paid, and it's definitely
No,
not the stage that WWE has offered her. So, I mean, the only other
but
place she's getting that kind of screen time is with AEW. So,
AEW also works together with CMLL and New Japan, so there's
yeah.
opportunities to do those overseas bookings through AEW.
Where do you think Bailey's need? I mean, I don't watch WWE, but she's definitely would be needed and very welcomed in the AEW women's division because it's a little shallow. The pool is a little shallow at the moment for top end talent. So
Man, Bailey and Mercedes, whether in a tag team together or as opponents in a match, like
hey, Miss Anika. So we're just talking about. Oh, can hear an echo.
Oh,
Uh, talking about New Day and Bailey coming to AEW potentially. And Sammy says that he thinks it's a 98% chance that New Day will be in AEW before October 1st. So either all in, all out, something like that. What do you think, Anika?
do they? Absolutely. Excuse. Like after Dynamite last week, and first laying that groundwork about, oh, I want to be part of the trio, but I need a team. That feels like that's what's gonna definitely happen. Even though I'm like, I thought tag team, no trio with Torah. Sure. Well, okay, fine. With Bailey, I am not sure. And I say that because they're still saying her name in WWE. So it's like, okay. People don't sign we sign over there like they basically denounce you was never born, blah 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 day, but like they're still saying Bailey because they're still because of what Lyra did. And so I think there's with Bailey, it's not gonna be anytime soon. I'll just say that.
hmm.
Unfortunately, with Bailey, that would truly shock me if she finally leaves. I would love it, but yeah,
Like Sammy said,
that's what.
you know, if she leaves, there's really only one other option, right? I mean, when you've been a star at the level that she's been a star at, are you going to take a step backwards and go to whatever it is, it's a step backwards? No. I mean, the only other place it's a lateral movement is AEW, right? So if
Oh
she
yeah.
doesn't go to AEW, then she's staying in WWE. Those are really the only two options when you're at the level that she's at least in my opinion.
Nope.
What
Totally
about
agree.
what about Sheamus? You think he comes back at all? You think he wrestles again? And if so, where you think he wrestles?
Sheamus is a wild card because Claudio is still wrestling, and those two are tight like glue with the bar. So I would love to be a fly on the wall if he's talking to Claudio. If Claudio's like, "Hey, bro, like, listen, I know you want a good, retirement season, but basically, like, you can have that over here. Listen,
Here's the
be
thing.
chill."
Sheamus would fit well with the B Riders.
Here's my real question. Is there really room for these guys? Yes, there is, but is there really? Like, I mean, these are superstars, so Tony, if he wants to, he'll make room for them. But that means other people get pushed to the side, right? I mean, this is a huge roster that's already loaded with talent, right? Like, what happens to other guys when New Day comes in, or when a Bailey comes in, or a Sheamus potentially? I'm just curious, like, is there really room to support other mega superstars like that on the AEW roster at the moment
Um,
without stunting other people's progress?
so from Sheamus, you would probably get a couple less tag team matches with Yuta and Pac together with Cesaro, Claudio, because Sheamus would be getting those matches instead. So that would probably be the immediate noticeable impact, is that instead of Cesaro wrestling with Yuta or Cesaro wrestling with Pac, it's Cesaro wrestling with Sheamus instead.
Now, is that taking time away from the Wheeler Yutas, the Daniel Garcias, the guys that are still? I mean, Pac's established. Claudio's got less days in front of him than he is, but there are guys that are still younger guys in theory that are trying to still make a name for themselves. And where does a guy like Sheamus push them guys to? If he comes in and joins the Death Riders or D Riders, sorry.
I mean, if it were to turn into a storyline in which like Willer Yuta or Garcia starts, really clubbing their opponents because they've been getting taught by Sheamus, that'd be a pretty interesting thing to see.
What do you think, Anika?
Uh,
You think there's a spot for Sheamus in AEW? And if so, where's the right spot?
I definitely do. No offense to Willa Yuta, Daniel Garcia, I do not put them in the same category as Sheamus. So for me, I do not say, "Oh, that should have been a Yuta match." There is nothing in my brain that says, "Hey, that should have been." If whatever match Sheamus has, there'll never time where I'm probably going to be like, "Oh, that's a Yuta match."
But let me
That's
ask you a
it.
question, just to expand upon that a little bit. So, but here's the thing, though. Sheamus has had his chance, though, right? Sheamus is a veteran already. Like, do you see in any world where a Yuta or a Daniel Garcia ever reaches the level that a Sheamus has reached in his career? Or is there just a gap there? They can't become Sheamus no matter how hard they try or learn, or there's just a talent gap there. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, there is quite a gap there. Like, as much as I appreciate the two of them, like, Sheamus is almost a Grand Slam champion. Like, he's been around for like 20 years now. Like, he's been there, he's done that, he's won almost everything. He's done a damn good job at doing all of it too.
Um, so it's weird because if Sheamus comes in, I don't see him winning the World Heavyweight Championship. That's just me. I don't.
Like,
So in that,
I could see him winning that international though.
yes. So I'm saying in that instance, he is in the same category with Yuta and Garcia. But on the flip side of it, though, I just don't see any of his matches being something he takes away from Garcia. Like, okay, like let's say he comes in and P2 is already happening, which is crazy because we're very early for that. The Owen Hart Cup. I don't see any matches that Sheamus has is predetermined. So it's like, in my mind, no offense, any match that Sheamus has, it's like, oh, y'all could have used Daniel Garcia for. There's nothing. There's nothing in my mind. There's no match, which is crazy because Sheamus is a veteran. So
I can tell you, I'm definitely not going to think this should have been Wheeler Yuta if he faces against Brody King. Like, holy crap.
like Hechicero. I'm just big meaty people. Like nah. So, but I don't think he's going to. That's very. That was getting depressing because it's like, well, when is you and Garcia going to elevate? That's another question for another time.
Create a new show and call it Elevate, AEW Elevate.
I mean, and that's the question that I'm ultimately asking, right? Like, for these guys, because the guys, the free agents that we're talking about are all megastars, and so they come in. They're not just you can't just kind of we'll do whatever, right? I mean, you have to, at least in theory, you have to try to do right by them, right? So, and so I just I do think that the roster is extremely deep already, and I mean, yes, you'll always make room for wrestlers like this, but it's just an interesting thought to me because by default, there will be other people that will get less time, and I'm not saying Daniel Garcia or Wheeler Yuta will ever be equal to a Sheamus skill level, career wise, or any of that, but they're going to get less opportunities, and maybe that's fine. Maybe they are what they are, and we want to see less of them anyhow, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, I mean, as younger guys, they will get less opportunity, and not just those guys, but other guys. So the other question that I have is, if these guys, so let's take New Day for example, should they be heels or faces? And
Whatever they damn well please. I think when they come in, they have to be faces, but like you can give him 2 weeks and then you can move him over to the Hurt Syndicate.
So put on your fantasy booking hat and book their surprise entrance and their first couple matches or their first feud or what you think they're going to do.
I think you have to at least give it a couple weeks because the fans are going to be cheering them too hard for them to be heels right out the gate. You have to give them a couple weeks to settle in.
Unlike Sheamus, they're definitely needed. The tag team division needs an extra body, and they need an extra. So I can definitely see them go up against all the teams that haven't had shine because of whatever the case scenario, and hopefully, I was saying the Tree Monsters, the Rascals. The Rascals definitely. I can that would be so freaking good. As of right now, it's crazy because it's one. So the way they're doing it with Swerve, it is going to be a toss up. It is going to be a toss up of they're going to be twinners because right now Swerve just went up against Hangman and Ricochet. So it's like he's in the middle. So it's like that is going to be very much so interesting on how hard they go with New Day. I mean, they're gonna have to. I'm trying to think. Heyman is a baby face, but I'm not sure if he's baby face enough that if he gets attacked by New Day, they're booing New Day, which is crazy. So I'm like,
Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Darby Allin would work.
On who to beat up, yeah. But then the flip side of that is,
beat him up backstage, and while he's on the ground, pelt him with pancakes and then pour maple syrup on top of him. Yeah.
Side note, Sheamus for the Darby Allin. Oh.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just letting him get tossed around by Sheamus. Oh my gosh. As of right now, not drawing a clear path, but I definitely want to see the Rascals versus Swerve and New Day. I definitely want to see that.
Would you want New Day to make an appearance during the tag team championship match at All In some way? Do you think that's a good spot for them to come in?
I mean, one thing I want to see is I'd like to see Bobby and Shelton versus the New Day.
Yeah,
I mean, we've already done it though.
The New Day to do.
When did we do that?
Hurt Business versus New Day.
Did we do the Hurt Business versus New Day?
I
thought they were on different brands.
No, yes, during the Panorama.
They faced each other when they were on different brands? What the crap?
Yes. Now, I'm not saying don't do it, but that's not nothing. I'm saying that's not nothing new. That's what I'm saying. But
and honestly, like it's the main event scene of the tag team division that needs the juice, right? And they're New Day. I mean, they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So the only spot for them, really, it seems to me, is to be competing for the tag team titles. So, and you know, you got the champion, you got a title match and All In. It seems like a natural place to interject yourself, some way, shape, or form, if you're going to do it. I don't know how they do it. I'm not sure if it's, you know, attacking Christian and Cope and Cage, or if it's, you know, attacking the Young Bucks, or if it's neither of those, or maybe it's just coming out afterwards and saying we want our shot. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it. What about Bayley? If Bayley were to come, heel, face, you want Dark Bayley, you want Happy Bayley, what you want? And first feud.
To support Bayley and for her mental health, I want Bayley to be a baby face when she comes. She needs that support. She needs that love. She needs that settlement of, yes, we told you that if you came, you would be welcome. Not sure why you didn't believe us, but yes, as you can see, you are loved. Thank you for finally setting free. So, but Willow versus Bayley, oh my gosh, yes.
Let's just do the OG classic storyline. Bayley comes out to, you know, congratulate her friend on winning her match. It's all, yeah, and cheers, and then boom, attack. Boom, there's the feud. All right, boom. Let's get right into it.
So Mercedes? You're saying her Mercedes right away?
It works.
That would be my next question. I was going to say, should her and Mercedes be friends or be a feud? I mean, how should that work? Should they? But
well, I mean, the beautiful thing about them is, like, they can be enemies one week and then become friends the next after one of them wins the match. It's just a question on who wins the match, because that's the dynamic of that relationship.
No doubt. What do you think about Bayley coming in and turning on Mercedes, Anika? What do you think of Sammy's idea?
Oh, I would wait. I would wait for that because that essentially is taking someone's spot. I honestly hope Willow beats Mercedes at All In. I like as of right now they're doing a good job of actually making me weary of who actually wins, which is good because I don't like predictability, especially when it comes to heavyweight championship. So yeah. Just coming in and doing the feud all over again. Yeah, that's too soon. That's basically steamrolling a lot of people, a lot of women, and I don't want that to be the feeling for Bayley.
I can feel that. I did see, on a slightly separate note, I did see that the winner, Sammy, you might be able to pronounce the name. I can spell it, but I'm not sure I can pronounce it properly. Of the G1 from last week, said that he wants MJF to come over and partake in the G1 next year, and essentially challenged him to come over and be part of the G1. What do you think about MJF going to Japan and being part of the G1 potentially next year?
I haven't gotten around to watching the G1 yet, so this is all news to me.
Yeah.
I love this.
Listen, I appreciate MJF and how he works AEW into the schedule, whether it's filming or not. I do appreciate that. But full-on commitment in New Japan even for a season, I am not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, the G1 isn't short. Like, I mean, it's like a couple months, like or at least a month. I mean, it takes some time. I mean, it's not a short tournament. So,
Ryohei
yeah,
Oiwa? Oiwa?
I think.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's Oiwa. I mean, I've heard the name before. I'm not overly familiar with them, but that's who won the G1. Yes, just this last week.
Congratulations
So,
to
what do you think,
him.
Sammy? What do you think, Sammy, of a guy like MJF in the G1?
I mean, that's a lot of wrestling. Like, he could definitely do it. Don't get me wrong. He could definitely do it. That's a lot of wrestling, and it is not easy on you. And like, even dudes like John Moxley look pretty gassed by the time you get to the end of that G1.
So, is the G1 the most ruling or the most like prolific tournament in professional wrestling? And if so, if you want to be a great or considered one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, do you think going over there and at least trying or doing it once is something you got to do? You got to go over and show your medal in Japan in the G1. I mean, we've seen most people do it, right? Or I mean, the big guys, the big names, the Moxleys, and so on, right? So,
Well, the biggest thing is that not only are they participating in the G1, but also they be wrestling like a tag team match every day between their G1 matches. Like it's not just the tournament; they're literally working full time while doing the tournament.
This is true. What do you think, Miss
And
Anika?
more so, like let's see, it'll be hilarious. It will be thoroughly entertaining if MJF does the G1. But more so, like I don't say AEW can't afford to lend him over for a specific time, but you can definitely AEW does. I feel the presence miss when he's not there. Out of everyone, I feel the presence of MJF miss when he's not there. So honestly, this is why I'm just go to like Wrestle Kingdom. Let's just do one of those. Let's just do one of those matches and then be done with it. But like a whole tournament? Nah, I don't. Yeah, no. Because when the Takeshita did it, I was like, "Where's the Takeshita? All right, he hasn't been back in a minute. I don't like this." And so like, I feel that with the Takeshita, I don't even want to think about when I feel if JF goes over there.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I mean, I can agree with that.
I mean, MJF made Jericho the best part of AEW.
I mean, I think it would be interesting to see MJF go over there and learn more wrestling skills. He's still young. Go over there, learn that strong style, and participate. And I do think it's one of those kind of like test your metal type things, test your skill type things. Go over there and show that you're, that's Okada, and there's guys over there. There's the Tanahashis have made their whatever. So it is what it is. I think it'd be fun. The Will Ospreys have participated, the Kenny Omegas, all those guys. So so I mean, I think there's definitely something to be said about kind of like the badge of doing it, but we'll see. He was definitely challenged. So a match between the two of them, I think, would be fun for sure. And anything that can be done to bring more eyes to the G1, I think the G1 is definitely interested.
Yeah.
And an American star like MJF would do a lot for putting probably American eyes. The thing is that you'd have to do something. There'd have to be some sort of connection. I mean, you wouldn't have to, but I would think AEW would want some sort of connection with them to be able to show MJF's matches somehow statewide. Because, I mean, you can watch it, but it's not the easiest thing to find. You either have to have New Japan World or, Peruvian Peacock.
MJF taking in a young boy.
Yeah. 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 I mean, all that stuff. I mean, even if they can get an AEW camera over there to film the match and then show it somehow on even clips or videos of him over there, I think that go a long way. So I mean, I'd be interested, but I agree with you, Anika. at this point in time, there isn't another wrestler that when he leaves AEW, you feel their absence like MJF. So him being gone for any extended period of time is definitely an issue for AEW.
Imagine him having a young boy though, bossing him around, making him do stuff.
Right? That's
Like,
definitely
no, you
very
punch him in the face with these brass knuckles. You punch him in the face with these brass knuckles, or you're getting punched in the face with these brass knuckles. Like, I can just imagine it.
He seems like a natural fit with, the House of Torture. But,
Oh god.
so, Evil and MJF. What else?
American audiences would be so upset.
Let's see. I saw that there was someone potentially retiring. What was that? Hold on. I saw that. Let me see. I just was looking at that real quick. Hold on. What the heck was that? Oh, now you're not going to work right. Oh, come on. My phone doesn't want to work right. I hate the Wrestle Talk website because it has so many ads on it that it freezes on my page.
All your other little chats.
I don't really talk. I don't watch WWE, but I would be remiss in saying that I didn't see that I didn't see that Zilla Pop 2 made his debut.
Listen, so I know you don't fault WWE, but please look up his mother's reaction when she saw his debut. I love his mother. I love her so freaking much. She's bruh. I love every little piece of her reacting to the little 5-2. Evidently, she had no idea, and I loved every little minute of it. But yeah, so he's in NXT, I don't need him debuting anytime soon. NXT needs the bodies. NXT definitely needs the bodies right now. Yes.
They are professional wrestling's first family, right?
There's more than one royal family.
There's more than one royal family, yes, but they are the first family, are they not?
I mean, I don't know. Are they the first family?
I think ALW. I think in that same breath, I think Lance Anoa'i said he was retiring from the ring. I think it was him.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, well, I was reading was on Nigel. Nigel was saying that this C2 or what, not C2, but whatever he's, C2 is going to be his last whatever. Nigel's not going to wrestle anymore after this. Nigel McGuinness is going to hang it up after this little stint. So, but Lance Anoa'i, he's retiring too. I thought he was young. I thought he's only in his late 20s, early 30s or something.
Oh, I think he's older than that.
Interesting. I did not know that. Let's see. Lance. I don't know why.
34.
34. Interesting. After almost 17 years of professional wrestling, I am officially retiring. Wow. Oh, in-ring career will end March 2027. Once I reach 17-year milestone. Interesting.
March. Okay.
So what do you think about that? I mean, that's a long time to be wrestling, but I would argue that you never really for him, right? You're still potentially young and still have a lot of opportunity in some regards to finally get to somewhere where maybe you could be, I would say that the average wrestling fan knows the name maybe, but isn't overly familiar with them.
I would say that
health issues or something maybe might be pushing it. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say that most wrestlers have to be told to stop wrestling. They don't choose to stop, that they're told that they have to stop.
Yeah, I agree. He says, let's see. So
Um,
this is a statement. Here, I'll just read his statement from Instagram real quick, or I'll shorten it. What's he say?
yeah.
He says, after almost 17 years of professional wrestling, I will officially be calling my time in the ring March 27th. That'll be the 17th anniversary. This journey has given me memories, friendships, battles, victories, losses, and experience that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who supported me, believed in me, and shared a locker room with me. But now it's time to start preparing for a new chapter. For many years, wrestling has taken up my weekends, my time, and countless moments away from people I love the most. I've reached a point where I want to dedicate that time to my wife and my kids. Well, there you go. I mean, you can't argue with that. The ones that matter the most. I also want to say how proud I am of my family and everything they continue to do in this business. I love what they're building. I love being part of it in any way I can. I will always support them 100%. Walking away from something I've dedicated nearly 17 years of my life to isn't easy. Wrestling will always be a part of me. Thank you, wrestling, for everything you've given me.
Mhm.
17 years, one hell of a ride, blah, blah, blah. This isn't goodbye yet, though. We still have a few months to go. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, it is what it is. But, hey,
Yeah. I mean,
uh,
shit, if Tom Brady did that, he might still be married.
well, there is that.
Listen,
Listen,
mhm.
it's wrestling is tough on the body, right? Wrestling is hard. This dude's already at 34, been doing it for 17 years. I'm sure his body's already feeling it at 34. I mean, yeah, have some time with your family while you can still walk and enjoy them. Get a job doing something, whatever else, behind the scenes doing something in wrestling, probably or whatever. And yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
it seems interesting just because, like, when you've dedicated your life to something like that and it feels like maybe you haven't quite reached your ultimate goal or where you hope to ultimately get, and maybe you just decided that it's not worth the work anymore, and that whatever, but it just seems like you quit a little short maybe of the goal that you were ultimately reaching for. And I'm not him, so I don't know what his goals were. I'm just saying, like, he never quite got to that level of professional wrestling where he was like a megastar or anything. So
I mean, yeah, typically for male wrestlers, at least, they go on for another decade before being like, all right, this isn't working out. Uh, I will say that mid 30s is pretty average for the women wrestlers. I feel like they
yeah,
do retire earlier.
Well,
to me
with the
it's
women's
usually
wrestlers,
about pregnancy and children, right? Usually, I mean
yeah,
that's why you
like
see a lot of women in their late 20s, early 30s end up leaving professional wrestling or retiring for a while, right? Because they end up having children.
Hmm. Trish
and
Stratus.
they. No. Trish Stratus actually retired because her mom had cancer and she was taking care of
Oh,
her. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. I did not know
didn't know
that.
about that until she said it. And it's like, oh, that's crazy. But like you said, it's hard once it's hard for women. It is hard to take a step back and then go back into it, which is like that's
hmm
why I think God Becky Lynch kind of put the bar. Where it's like, oh look, it is possible. Oh look, if you really like to keep going, you can keep going, which I definitely
Yeah.
love 100%.
But yes, if you're in your mid 30s, you step away and to have two kids. By the time that you're ready to come back, like, yeah, you're 40, maybe 41, 42, and it's like,
And
is it
let's
really
be honest.
worth this?
And let's be honest, in our society, right? It's much more okay for men to go back to work. It's much more okay for men to be away from the home. It's much harder for women to say, "I'm going to go back to work," and not have it be stigmatized, right? Like, oh, you don't
Hmm.
want to be with your kids, like. But for men, it's okay, right? So
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that that's the reason for women to. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that there is that stigma still. So I think
Oh yeah.
It's a
that
stigma for
role.
both sides.
Sure.
It's
It, it's a stigma for women to be the ones that they have to be taking care of the kids, and it's a stigma for men that there's to be the ones to bring home the bacon.
Right. Yeah.
It's a stigma both ways. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
okay.
What else? Anything else we want to talk? Anything else
Um,
pressing?
more,
You got it, Anika?
more, the more so Lance, like you said, hopefully he is truly at peace with his decision, because it is crazy where it's like Jacob Fatu finally made it, Zilla Fatu, where they want to be. And it's like, you sure you want now. If it's truly family, then cool. But it is like if I
I
don't
mean,
know. When like
I
17
I think
years is a
WWE
long
might
time.
have. I think WWE might have played into this.
Yeah.
I think
But
he's
like
been working to try and get back to WWE, and that he's like, I'm getting older. It's not looking like they want me back. They got my entire family there, but not me. Like,
You know,
it definitely depends.
and hey, listen, if you've been toiling, right, and you start to realize maybe it's just not for me, right? Well, I'll just retire and move on and do something else before I continue to essentially, I don't want to say waste more time, but spend more time at something that you already realized maybe you're never going to get to where you want to get to. Like you've had those chances and it hasn't happened, and maybe you've told yourself and convinced yourself it's not going to. So it's just time to move on. And wrestling is tough, right? Like you said, weekends, all that stuff, and especially what he's been doing for 17 years because he hasn't been in WWE. He's been on the independent set, wrestling on weekends for $500, you know what I'm saying? And trying to
Yeah.
make a career, which makes it even a little weirder to finally say, oh, I'm done before I actually reach and maybe see the payoff for all that work. But I guess, again, if you've determined that that payoff might not be coming, WWE, you've had your chances and it hasn't worked out, whatever the case may be. Yeah, it,
yeah,
it, it is interesting, but
what was he in WWE in for like 3 months? 3 months, like a decade ago.
yeah, I think so.
It was an appearance where uh Roman was not Tribal Chief. He was a big dog, but they're torturing him, and so they're like, I think it was Shane McMahon that brought Lance out to basically make fun of Roman Reigns and be like, hey, I could be a Samoan, which is like so goofy right now. Uh, I just like you said, all in all, this decision was truly your decision. Like not doubt, not fear, not people saying that you can't make it. It's truly your decision. Then God bless. Godspeed.
To make the decision, you got to make the best for you, right? So,
Yeah.
what else?
Hmm.
Anything else? We didn't have a clown of the week. You got a clown of the week, Anika? We didn't start with one because we didn't have one. Since you came in late, you got clown of the week? I mean, other than the resident CM Punk clown of the week, who's always clown.
Oh yeah. So of course and hopefully KO. Ooh, all right, need that. And hopefully KO beat CM Punk this Friday in Canada. Like, come on, flip the switch. But okay, we'll debate on it a little bit. My clown of the week, for me personally, is GCW, and GCW because more so the dude that was competing against Avery Styles. Because okay, here's the full story. So GCW called up Avery Styles to do a match. Avery Styles said, "Yes, cool." When he gets there, one people who I guess was he was fighting was setting up the ring, and they're like, "Come on, help, help!" And Avery was like, "No, I'm cool on that. I'm good. I'll just wrestle." And then so he goes to social media and blast Avery Styles for listen, young boy doesn't want to pay his dues or something. Like everybody yells, blah 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 blah, and it explodes into this full on debate, which involves Cody Rhodes of all people chiming in about the whole, and more so because uh, I'm not sure who screenshotted it, but they're like, "Well, look who Cody Rhodes paid his dues instead of the ring, blah blah blah." That's when Cody came in, and of course AJ defended his son, blah blah blah. But here is my thing, right? You called him. It wasn't like he said, "Hey, GCW, I want to learn from y'all and do a program down there." No, you called him and set up this match. So no, if I'm a guest in your house, I'm not doing no you're asking, hey, do you want to come to this cookout real quick? And I'm like, all right, cool. I get there, like, all right, we're not ready yet. Can you please fold some chairs, set up the tables, so we can sit? I'm like, did you just invite me, bro? Now I will bring some soda because I'm nice, but I ain't gonna set up nothing because you invited me to your house. More so more so off of my name because we're called Spade Spade. You know Avery Styles is AJ Styles' son, so that's why you called me up to make money off my name. So no, I do not. I get younger boys paying dues, but if you call me up to do a match, no, I'm not saying I'm gonna on table. And more so, you gonna blast me on social media. That's a definite hand setting off. And now okay. And if Avery doesn't want to go back, all more to him. So that's what they're gonna do is call me up for a match and then embarrass me because I don't want to do no freaking freaking housework that when you invited me over. So yeah, the clown of the week is GCW. But I want to hear your thoughts on the whole situation.
Man.
Like that's crazy. Like, yeah, like if you want them to set up, like maybe tell them ahead of time. Like, kind of crazy to invite somebody and then be like, yeah, we also need you to set up. And it's like, I'm a guest. What do you mean set up?
I mean, this is a tough situation because my guess is that AJ's son has a little bit of an advantage because he's AJ's son. And he probably feels a little entitled because he's AJ Styles' son when it comes to the wrestling ring. So, yeah, I mean, there are certain guys that are never going to do the work like putting the ring together. I think it's very commonplace when you're at an independent show for guys to chip in and do whatever it takes to set the show up. I think that's very common. And I don't think it's above I don't think it's bizarre for anyone to ask him to help. I don't and I don't see a problem either way. I mean, I don't think there's a problem with asking to help, and I also can see why you wouldn't want to help. I mean, it's a very interesting situation because normally I am not in favor of hazing. I'm not in favor of the idea that because I'm younger than you and I came into the league or into this look younger, that all of a sudden I have to carry your gym bag or fucking, go get your dry cleaning or fuck that. Like I'm not that person. Like I'll never be. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys that are
Yeah,
like that. So, and especially type A personalities, you're not going to treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you get someone who's already because of their father has some sort of name at least
that's it.
attached to them a little bit, even though they haven't really
Yeah,
proven it themselves, and they might have a little chip on their shoulder. I mean, if I was AJ Styles, I might have a little chip on my too. So yeah, I mean, I can see it both ways. It's a no-win situation for GCW, right? Because yeah, you shouldn't have blasted him, and now you look like assholes for blasting him. And yeah, you invited him, but you should have had your shit together at the same time. He's a young kid who could have just said, "Let me help." I mean, it doesn't take that long to help put the ring together for 10 minutes or something, right? I mean, it wasn't like they were asking you to fucking do it all
But
yourself.
that's
You could
another
just
thing. Did they
walk
ask him or
in,
did they tell him?
you know,
it's
I don't know.
GCW.
Like,
It's GCW.
did they
There's
ask
never
him to help or did they tell him to help?
Yeah,
there's 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 no in my world, no, there's no nice way of GCW telling Avery Styles to put up the ring.
I don't know. If there's people standing around and we need a hand, I'd be like, yo, can you help for a second? I don't care who you are, and if you say, well, wait a second, I'm AJ's son and you invited me to be here, then I might be a little irritated, but it is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you have the right to say what you want. You have the right to be who you are if you're Avery. And, GCW has the right to be irritated about it. You don't necessarily have a right to take it public, start blasting. I mean, you do have the right to do it. Obviously, anyone can do that on social media, but you shouldn't necessarily be doing that. It's probably taking it a little overboard. You don't have to always air out the dirty laundry, right? But I mean, I can see it from both sides. Honestly, I can see it from both sides. But yes, airing out the dirty laundry is not necessary. Have you ever seen Avery Styles wrestle? I have not.
So his first match was a couple of months ago, and I only saw clips of it, but boy, the guy's got something. The guy's got something, and of course you're going to use some of your dash moves. More so, the phenomenal forearm is pretty slick. Where it's like, oh, you did that well, my darling. I'm not even going to hold you. So he definitely has something.
This is an interesting question. Should second generation or third generation wrestlers get some sort of advantage because their parents are who they are?
I mean, don't you feel like AJ Styles has paid enough dues for 3 generations?
Yeah. Whatever advantage the second generation has, they have a disadvantage of trying to prove that they're either as good or better than their parents. Unfortunately,
Because they're gonna stay in that shadow until they can surpass it.
I honestly, like
Randy Orton surpassed his father. The Rock surpassed his father, Rocky Johnson.
But it depends, right? Like don't want to minimize because those are 2 very good stars, but like they weren't like big. Like my mind goes Mr. Perfect. Like if you're Mr. Perfect's son, which that was their guy. What's that boy's name? Because he actually did wrestle. He was with 3LW. Dang it.
Curtis Axel?
Curtis Axel, yes. It's kind of like, I think for me, the best advice for second generation is not to tell them they're second generation until they get big. Like if you think about it, for me personally, I didn't know about Randy Orton's father, so he didn't have to go up against him. I didn't know about even the dude from Too Cool, Grandmaster Sexy. It's so weird saying it out loud. Grandmaster Sexy. I didn't know his dad was Jerry King Lawler, which is good. I'm not sure if I think that idea of what's his name? What's his name? Jesus Christ! Sorry, y'all.
Bray Wyatt.
Thank you. I didn't know his dad was part of the tag team. So it's like I think like for me that's a great advantage. Like as of right now, when you're young, you need money. Avery,
was it Death and Taxes? Was that the name of his tag team?
No,
IRS. What was IRS's tag team?
I don't remember.
Was it Midnight Express?
Money Inc. Was it Money Inc?
No, that was DiBiase's stable.
Yeah, DiBiase and IRS.
Oh, maybe.
Wait, real quick. Oh shoot.
When they were the whatchamacallit, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. That was before he was IRS.
Oh yeah.
The Rock and Roll Express.
Before his WWE days.
Express. Yeah. But like, yeah, once you say I'm third generation, second generation, like even The Rock, like that first when he was Rocky Johnson with the tassels, nobody was feeling that until he straight up dropped it and just became his own person. So if you ever, I think that's probably the best advice to give to anyone. Where if you really feel like you can make it, don't coast on your dad's name. Like as of right now, when you're young, trying to make money, and you're not in a system quite yet, definitely use that money. You definitely use that name to go get yours. But if you ever as of right now, I can definitely see Avery Styles going to NXT because your dad works there. So I can definitely see once he gets better and the tryout. When he gets there, I say drop the name. Drop the name. Drop the name. Drop the name.
See, and here's the thing: is I think he should go to TNA and join up with the Good Brothers. I think that'd be too sweet.
Because you want that reunion.
Mm-hmm. Instead of Uncle AJ, it would be Nephew AJ.
I got a question for you. So we were talking about, whether kids surpass their parents or not. I got a very interesting question for you. Technically, championship-wise, he has. But I got a question. Has Cody Rhodes surpassed Dusty Rhodes?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Even though he's got more championships, even though he's done what Dusty could never do, which is reach the top of WWE, he's still not his father.
I mean, what you do on paper is one thing, but what you do to the hearts of the people, that's another. And Dusty was in the hearts of the people, man.
Yeah.
He's close. Oh, that sounds so loud in my head. He's close, but nah. Yeah, definitely what Sammy said. Like, that was just a whole your dad was a whole vibe. Like straight like and you never caught that vibe. No,
Like,
sorry.
Most people don't have the swagger of Dusty Rhodes or the charisma of a Dusty Rhodes. I mean, he was a generational talent as far as that goes, as far as swagger and bravado and.
Like, honestly, somebody who feels about on that level, to me, Mick Foley.
Mm-hmm.
Like his speech that he did when he was Mankind, and also whipping out the sock. Like Mr. Socko is about on the level of the Bionic Elbow.
But yeah, like more so. I'm not gonna say compare apples to oranges, but this is one of the things where it's like this is when you kind of wish that Cody would have just stayed a heel. So it could be like a difference of comparison. Oh, but now you want to be the good guy, baby face. It's like no. With Dusty, even though he was a good guy, there's the edge. And maybe because he had to face the four horsemen so many times, it was like, hey, you couldn't be no punk go up against them every freaking week. That's probably why there's an edge to him while he was a baby face. And Cody doesn't have that per se. Basically, his edge is just yelling his head off because he's mad.
You're supposed to be a nightmare. Be a nightmare. Like,
you will never convince me of anything other than the fact that Dusty Rhodes looked the way he looked is the reason that WWE didn't push him more or put him more on a. And the reason
absolutely
where he's at is because of the way that he looks. Not that Cody isn't good, but that Cody got farther in WWE than Dusty does because of the way he looks as opposed to the way Dusty looked.
Also, Roddy Piper. Like, why the hell wasn't that guy champion?
He couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Who was I watching? I was watching somebody. Oh, man. Was it? Oh, man, it was somebody. I don't remember who it was. It was some other professional wrestler. Maybe, do I want to say Kevin Nash? I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. Someone was making comments about Roddy Piper about how they, I think it was Kevin Nash, said, you're Roddy Piper, everyone, and then I met him, and he is not a real life tough guy. Like, he was one of those guys that, like, and I don't, maybe it wasn't Kevin Nash, but someone was saying that, like, when they met Roddy Piper, like, he was not a real life tough guy, like he pretended to be. Like, there are some real life, like a lot of the wrestlers are real life tough guys. Like, you don't necessarily want to meet Undertaker in a dark alley. You don't want to meet Mark in a dark alley. There are some guys that you don't, apparently Roddy Piper was way more bark than bite.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would imagine that. He did not enjoy going to foreign countries and getting stabbed by fans in the crowd. Like he was very against people pulling out knives and stabbing him in the crowd.
Like the flip side of that is, yeah, I was like when I hear that, it's like, yes, I was actually that sounds like he was actually approachable. He wasn't scary. And to that, I'm like, I'm not gonna knock the dude for that. Or it's like, oh, when I say persona, when I say a character, I actually mean character, and I'm not a and
Yeah,
I'm not a dick in real life. This is actually just a character. Like, yeah,
that's actually something that they say is that the best heels are really the nicest dudes you've ever met. Like, and Roddy Piper might have been the greatest heel ever. So what does that say about him?
like he was so yeah. They probably didn't like him for that. And so like when I say he
Like,
could keep
dude
his
must have
mouth
been like such the sweetest teddy bear behind the scenes, you know?
shut, and so like when I say he could keep his mouth shut, I feel like he was probably too honest to a fault. Where if he didn't like something, he just straight up said I didn't like he didn't play the politics game, and that's probably why he didn't win the belt. I'll say that he definitely was a top star, but for some reason I just didn't give him the belt, which is dumb.
He had all that beef with Honky Tonk, right? Honky Tonk
Mhm.
And,
Man.
and that's
Honky
insane.
Tonk Man seems like the type who was playing the politics behind the scenes.
I'm let that be true. Let me not get the belt because of the honky tonk man. Like what?
Well, and the biggest thing that kept Rowdy down was honestly he was really Hogan's biggest nemesis, right? And so and
Mhm.
Hogan
But they
was
never
the
want to take
guy,
the
right?
title off of Hogan. They just wanted a feud for Hogan.
Right. I mean, at that time, you didn't beat Hogan, and you didn't. The heels didn't really win titles like that, and so yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. So, unfortunately, he was playing second fiddle
You
to
don't
bad guys.
spit in the wind. Sorry.
Yeah,
All right,
basically.
you guys ready to get out of here? Do some house cleaning and get up out of here. All right.
Uh, Before we do,
Yeah.
I
What's up?
gotta plug something about football before we go.
You're have to.
Uh, I gotta say something about somebody.
Hey,
Clown of the week. Clown of the week for me is Joe Burrow's O line. Like that was the backups of the Lions. That wasn't the Lions starters. That was their backups. First play of the game, sack. Like, yeah, that's the Bengal starters versus the Lions backups. Instant sack.
All right. On that note, make sure to join us every Tuesday night if you're here with us now, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, for the Cookout, where we all try to come together and talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. Come for the wrestling day for the chaos. On Friday nights, join Anika and sometimes Sammy Joe for Friday Night Fights, where they watch SmackDown in real time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, give you their real time reactions and opinions and review of the show. On Saturday morning or Sunday night, Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, or Sunday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we do Winner's Circle, where myself and Anika review AEW Collision and Dynamite from the days before, grade each show, and declare a winner. The best way to make sure that you get to know when that's going to be up is to have that little bell um, selected for notifications on the YouTube channel so that you'll make sure and get the notification when we're about to go live. Please come check us out on our social medias. You can interact with us on all these social media platforms. You can scan that little QR code, and that would take you to Linktree, and you can get to all of our social media from one location. Come check us out. The best part of Workhorse Wrestling Network is you guys, so I'd love to interact with you guys whenever we can. And last but not least, you can always listen to the audio version of the Cookout podcast on these podcast platforms. Our wonderful producer, Dolores, downloads the audio version of this show and uploads it there so that you can listen to us wherever you want, while you're driving around in your car, while you're working out, wherever you want to hear our golden vocal cords, you can hear them. So I think that is basically it. In the words of, like I said, our wonderful producer, we'll cut the lights. And until next time, peace.
Bye.
That was a cookout.
Came for the wrestling, stay for the chaos. ALWCM, Sammy, Anika.
Yeah, we cooked it up.